Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're gonna find out how crazy I am.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Not really, we're going to take a fear or anxiety test on the internet and see how bad my fear and anxiety is according to the internet. You may or may not hear a little bit of snoring in the background because my husband is literally laying right beside me snoring his head off. But I really want to do this video and I want to get it done before I lose the link. So let's do this. So basically this test is going to show me a few items and I have to mark down how fearful it makes me feel, and then it's going to break down the results in categories of social anxiety, agoraphobia, fear of bodily injury, death, illness, and fear of sexual aggressive scenes, and fear of harmless animals. So let's get this started. The following object scenario might inspire what level of fear and anxiety? Speaking in public. Terror, great fear, much fear, some fear, a little fear, very little fear, no fear. Used to, that one would have been terror, but thanks to YouTube, which is one reason I like doing YouTube, I would probably say great fear. It's taking it down by like one level. Being teased, a little fear. Yeah, I was pretty bullied in school. Failure. I have a great fear of failure. Entering a room where other people are already seated, I feel terror, just complete terror when I do that. It's like, it feels like I can see it feels like I can feel everyone's eyes on me, and it feels like I feel them judging me. Almost like I hear their thoughts when I enter a room. Like, I'll look at a person, it's like, I'll about imagine their voice and how they're judging me. It gets under my skin really bad. Terrifying. Strangers. Great fear. Yep. People in authority. Great fear. I don't like people that can, change my life in some way, like in a bad way, I guess. Good way, then alright, but in a bad way, yeah. Paranoia, cha-cha-cha. Being watched working. Very little fear. Because I've done a lot of work in like fast food and stuff like that. I work in a cleaning agency now where I work mainly by myself or with family members, so I don't even have to worry about that besides treating YouTube like a job. But other than that, when you work fast food, people in the lobby, and I did waitressing, so a lot of people watch me work. I got used to that. Being criticized. Some fear. Everybody worries a little bit about what people think, but I try to let, bad criticisms, unless it's constructive, just roll down my back. Feeling rejected by others. Terror. I've had a deep, deep feeling of rejection most of my life, so no, I don't like it. Feeling disapproved of. Great fear. I don't think anyone likes the feeling of being disapproved of. Being ignored. Not really. guess I'm kind of used to it. So, making mistakes. Some fear. You know, you don't want to make a mistake. Looking foolish. Great fear. I don't want to look foolish. Being alone. Terrifying. I don't like the thought of being all alone. I have some deep-seated abandonment issues from my mother, but it's a completely different video if I ever make a video on that subject. Being in a strange place. Terror. I actually do have like a fear when I'm driving of getting lost, crossing streets. No fear, not really. Falling. Some fear just because I'm afraid of heights. So like falling off of a high place, yes. High places on land. Terror. Journeys by train. No fear. Though my sister, I don't know if she still has this fear, but my little sister Sammy, she used to be absolutely terrified of trains. I think I may have mentioned this in another video, but yeah, there's actually a whole long story behind that. I think I might have talked about it in a reincarnation video, not sure. But yeah, she used to be absolutely terrified of trains, like since she was a baby, since she was like born. Journeys by bus. Actually, I do have some fear of that, just because the one and only time I've really ever ridden the public bus. Now, I rode on trolleys downtown a lot, but the actual public bus that goes all around town, I rode it once trying to get home from a hospital, and I got lost. Like, I got on the wrong buses and stuff, and it took like 4 hours to get home. And I ended up on the completely other side of town. Like, I ended up in our downtown area, and that's just completely away from where I live. And I've just kind of been fearful of them ever since. I try to avoid them at all costs. I really do. So, buses to field trips and stuff when I was a kid, and riding them home from school didn't bother me, though. Journeys by car. I actually have great fear of that, to the point that I don't really drive much. Unless I, like, absolutely have to. Crowds. Terror. Absolute terror. So many people. Again, it goes back to how I feel when I walk into a room of people sitting down before I get there. Like I got everyone's attention all of a sudden, and they're judging me. Which, YouTube is a big part of me trying to get over all of that. I figure if I can master it on camera in this very non-personal way, because I'm not really there, you know, maybe I can master it in real life. Large open spaces. No fear. Being in an elevator. No fear. Enclosed places. Some fear. Airplanes. Terror. Maybe it's because I grew up in the 9/11 era, but terror. Never been on one, by the way. Open wounds. Much fear, as I think is normal. Dead people. Great fear. People with deformities. No fear. That one's about damn insulting. Receiving injections. Are there really people afraid? I guess there would be people afraid of people with deformities. Like, actual fear, like terror. I couldn't imagine that. That's, yeah. Receiving injections. Terror. Seeing other people injected. Great fear. Sick people. Much fear. Witnessing surgical operations. Great fear. Human blood, much fear. Animal blood, a little fear just because I don't want to clean that shit up. Medical odors, not sure what that even means, so no fear. Cemeteries, no fear. I actually love cemeteries. It does the exact opposite. I find it comforting. Doctors, terror. One person bullying another. That just pisses me off. I'm going to put very little fear because that would come in on me not being able to stop it for some reason. Tough looking people. Much fear. Dirt. No fear. Sight of fighting. Some fear. Ugly people. No fear. Strange shapes. No fear. Nude men. That's out of context. Depends on the context of the nude man. I'm gonna put much fear because if there's situations where that could be fearful. Nude women. No fear. Just no. I guess because I feel like I could take one down. Worms. No fear. I fish. Bats. Actually, much fear. I've been attacked by a bat when I was little. Flying insects. They're annoying. A little fear. Crawling insects. A little fear. Mice. Great fear. Harmless snakes. No fear. I grew up with snakes. Alright, my overall results. We are here, people. Breakdown. I have social anxiety of 66%. I have agoraphobia of 57%. I have fear of bodily injury, death, or illness at 57%. And I have fear of sexual aggressive scenes, 25%. And fear of harmless animals. And fear of harmless animals at 37%. So basically, 66% social anxiety is my highest one, which makes sense to me. And I have overall anxiety of 52%. Makes sense to me. I do suffer really, really bad from anxiety, like really bad, to the point that it's about halfway crippling to my life. Like, my life is kind of centered around my anxiety, and how I live my life is kind of centered around my anxiety in a way, and even what I do for a living and everything just kind of centered around my anxiety. So I would actually think I would have more anxiety than what this is saying, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see what it says. If you want to check this out, I'll save this link and put it down in the description box below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, subscribe, and share this out to all your good friends. Hang out with me on social media. Come on. I'd love to get to know you. And until next time, I will see you later.
YouTube has just demonetized all of my videos, so please help support the creator by checking out my merch store. Novaland is a store where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, iPhone cases, and many designs designed by me. As well, a Peculiar Occurrence fan? Well, I've opened up a store just for you. So head on over and buy your Peculiar Occurrence gear today. Links are in the description box below. Thank you.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.